Welcome to Things You Don't Know, or at least things you may not know. Yeah, today we're talking about the almost ubiquitous cockroach, and they are infamous, and yet they're kind of misunderstood creatures. Not that I would advocate having them as pets, although they are kept as pets in some places. You believe that, Dr. Deneen?
I do, but I don't think I'd want them. Maybe a cat, dog, or a bird, or even an African springbok, but not a cockroach, I don't think.
Yeah. Well, they've been around for millions of years. They've survived mass extinction processes, and they've been able to adapt to almost any environment. They even outlived the dinosaurs. But what makes a cockroach such an incredible survivor?
That is a question. Stick around, ladies and gentlemen, as we uncover their secrets. Their eggs are called ootheca from the egg sac until they become nymphs. Once they leave the egg sac, the nymphs go through a molting process of development. They not only grow to larger sizes, but they become darker in color until they become a dark shade of brown, sometimes with reddish highlights. Depending on the species, they might also have white spots on their backsides, such as the German cockroach. I was shocked to learn there are about 291 species of cockroaches from 7 countries across 6 continents. It is confirmed that the Patella asiana, or Asian cockroach, developed 2,100 million years ago. The eastern and southern Australian cockroaches are cannibals and will eat anything but metal. If you choose to include them in your cuisine, we strongly encourage you with all our hearts to think twice because you don't know what poisons or bacteria they have ingested. Remember, they eat anything.
Yeah, cockroaches have existed on Earth for 300 to 500 million years. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And even perhaps longer than that, maybe 2,100 million years. Wow. Fossil records show they existed before the dinosaurs, meaning these insects witnessed catastrophic events. Their secret adaptability. Cockroaches evolved to thrive in challenging environments. It is said that all cockroaches evolved from termites. They are one of nature's greatest success stories. So, what makes them so resilient? Well, it comes down to their biology. These insects can live around a week without food, survive decapitation for 5 to 7 days, and can even hold their breath for 40 minutes underwater. Their flat, flexible bodies allow them to squeeze into tiny cracks, and their rapid reproduction cycle ensures they never face extinction. Now, scientists have studied their DNA, revealing that they can endure massive amounts of radiation. So they might survive nuclear war. Gee, even if it's colored orange. Their gestation lasts about 50 days. The tubes they're encapsulated in are rough on the outside and easily broken out of using their sidewise moving jaws and their very strong legs at birth. They are approximately 2 centimeters long when they leave the nest. They kind of look like specks of rice or brown dots. They grow from 4 centimeters to about 5 to 7 centimeters while shedding their outside skin or molting. The skin covering their exoskeleton contains pesticide resistant molecules. They smell through their nose and antennae, which are very sensitive for finding food sources. So try to keep crumbs off the countertops and floors, the wastebasket emptied, and your floors vacuumed.
That's very important. The German cockroach is one of the largest cockroaches alive today. They are dark brown and like a cooler environment, but nothing less than 50 degrees Fahrenheit. They're like trash bins, basements, leaf piles, firewood, and anything dirty filled with garbage, food, and water. They like organic materials in the environment and prefer temperatures between 50 and 112 degrees Fahrenheit. The female can produce an egg sac weekly, although she can sometimes produce two egg sacs weekly. She produces 21 egg sacs in her lifetime, which equates to over 300 nymphs. She will lay her egg sacs in corners, basements, or other hidden areas. The variant in females' lifespan is related to environmental conditions and the presence of inequality of food sources. The German cockroach grows from a half an inch to 1.5 inches as an adult. It is light brown. Nymphs are the same color as their parents. They also have two white stripes on their back and wings that are incapable of flight. Although the cockroach with wings cannot necessarily fly, it uses the wings to help with a soft landing.
Yeah, it's interesting too that a cockroach can fall, you know, 20, 30, 50, 100 times their body length and not be damaged at all. I don't know if they've done adequate research to know how far they can fall, but I wouldn't be surprised if they could fall from suborbital heights.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's weird. The Australian cockroach is found mainly in Australia, southern Australia to be precise. In family life, males and females continue to feed and nurture the babies while they are in the egg sac. When they're born, these Australian cockroach species continue to care for the babies in return for the grooming the youngsters help their parents with as they shed the skin on their exoskeletons. Yes, the babies groom the parents. It is interesting to learn specific information about different cockroach species commonly found in human habitations. For example, the German cockroach has a stripe down its back. The American cockroach, yeah, we got to get in on it, is descended from Asian and African cockroaches. They came to America via trade routes from Europe and the slave trade routes via Africa. The Madagascar cockroach is known for its distinctive hissing sound during mating and copulation. People in Madagascar keep them as pets and sometimes eat them too. Grodiodo. The Australian cockroach lives in the southern region of Australia, as I said. It's known for burrowing rotted trees and leaf piles. The eastern American cockroach lives in the northeastern part of the U.S. They are also burrowing cockroaches. The small American cockroach is located in southern Mexico and Central America. And they are sometimes eaten too. Again, Grodiodo. It is smaller than the American cockroach and loves the typically warmer climate there. The palmetto bug is the largest cockroach. It is found mainly in the southeast U.S. in places like Florida, where it got its common name. It's also found in most of the South and California. Palmetto bugs can grow up to 5 inches long and have very fat bodies. Although they are sometimes called water bugs, they really are part of the cockroach family.
There are hundreds of cockroaches around the planet. As I said before, 291 varieties. They all seek out dirty places like trash bins, garbage cans, log piles, dirty dishes left too long in the kitchen sink, leaf piles, or dining room tables. They love clutter, such as accumulating piles of paper and cardboard boxes. They would love some of the places I have all my books in. So remember, try to keep clutter at a minimum so the cockroaches don't invade your home or your business. If they ever do come to your home or business, be aware that the same pesticides you use to get rid of those pesky creatures can harm your precious household family pets. You can always call a licensed exterminator to spray your home for bugs. The exterminator might suggest removing the cockroach's whole house. My good friend Rich Pavone, who is the husband of Leslie Finelli, who's been on these podcasts, is a retired exterminator. He would get a kick out of this. Whole house removal involves what they call tenting your home with heavy-duty tarps to keep the bugs trapped inside and their pets out, along with the people during fumigation. Then there's the massive cleanup to remove the cockroach's deceased small bodies from your home. They are hungry little creatures who will try to stay in any welcoming environment they can find.
Cockroaches are ravenous creatures. Their bodies are built for eating and reproduction. Their mouths, this is really kind of interesting, move from side to side simultaneously, from the side simultaneously. They have salivary glands and an esophagus. After entering the stomach, food is broken down by enzymes in the cache. In the middle of the intestine is the middle gut, which is responsible for some kinds of aspirations. Sporles are accountable for the storage of fats. This white substance or fat is similar to the fat in human bodies. They use these fats to store nutrients for the cockroaches and their babies. You know, if you want to get rid of an infestation of cockroaches, some would say it's best to call in exterminators or be ready to live with cockroaches forever, as they will keep coming back if you not change your household and household keeping habits. Getting rid of the clutter can help. The other thing is that it is you'll see sprays, uh, insecticide sprays, and that's not really very useful in killing the roach population. On the other hand, the traps that the cockroaches will be attracted to and will eat and will carry back to their nests is more effective. Although that needs to be continued, that process of setting those traps out needs to be continued for a significant amount of time to have a very good effect. So, cockroach mating. It's a ritualistic process involving courtship, pheromones, and a unique reproductive strategy. Here's how it happens. Male cockroaches release pheromones to attract females. That's fairly typical. Some species also perform courtship dances or wing raising displays to impress potential mates. Instead of direct fertilization, male cockroaches produce a spermatophore, which is a protein packed capsule containing sperm. The male attaches this to the female's reproductive opening. The female stores the sperm and later uses it to fertilize her eggs. Some cockroach species, like the German cockroach, can use stored sperm to produce multiple egg cases over time. The female lays the fertilized eggs in a protective case that contains multiple eggs, like 10 to 50, depending on the species. Some cockroach species carry their ootheca or eggs until the eggs are ready to hatch, while others deposit it in a safe location. Baby cockroaches, called nymphs, hatch from the ootheca and go through several molts before becoming adults. Here's a little fun thing. Some cockroach species, like the Madagascar hissing cockroach, give birth to live young instead of laying egg cases.
I was shocked at how flexible they are. Cockroaches can climb walls and even walk upside down on ceilings, thanks to the specialized structures on their legs called tarsal pads and claws. Cockroaches have tiny sticky pads called areolum or pulvi on their feet. These pads create adhesion using van der Waals forces. These are the same microscopic forces that allow geckos to climb walls, but not to sell us insurance. Pads conform to tiny surface irregularities, increasing their grip. Cockroaches also have tiny curved claws at the tips of their legs. Now, these claws help them to grip rough surfaces like fabric, textured walls, and tree bark. Cockroaches are extremely lightweight, reducing the force needed for adhesion. Their fast reflexes and strong legs allow them to reposition themselves quickly if they start to slip. I could surely benefit from that. They adjust their grip strength depending on the smoothness or roughness of a surface. On a smooth surface like glass, they rely more on their adhesive pads, while on rougher surfaces, their claws provide additional support. This combination of grip, speed, and adhesion allows cockroaches to scale walls effortlessly and even run upside down on ceilings. I can hardly believe it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, they are amazing, a little bit disgusting. They do carry a lot of microbial um, problems for humans. Uh, diseases, not the same kind of diseases, perhaps as caused the bubonic plague with fleas and that sort of thing. But they do carry other kinds of diseases, and it can make people sick. And yeah, cockroaches can also bite you. Yes, they can bite people, and sometimes they do. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah,
I was very surprised they can hold their breath underwater for up to 40 minutes. That's twice as long as the penguins we were just talking about. Check out our penguin podcast for some interesting facts about those creatures.
well, yeah. I think the most amazing thing to me is that you can decapitate, cut the head off of a cockroach, and it's still alive. It lives for up to a week.
Heavens.
Yeah. So that even if you decapitate, it can still go about laying its eggs and doing its thing. Yeah. Um, I know scientists have been studying them for a number of reasons, and perhaps we can learn some things from them, and maybe we can become more adaptable. I don't know that it's really feasible in the same way that cockroaches do it, but hey, research is research and it's good. But again, I would not recommend eating them, even though I know that they do that. Boil them sometimes and they do other things, but I don't know. I like to get my crunch out of potato chips or something like that rather than cockroaches.
I agree with you, Dr. Weaver, wholeheartedly.
Well, listen, we've just scratched the surface here of the cockroaches, but giving you some ideas. I hope you found some useful information and really would like for you to give us a like and subscribe to our podcast. It doesn't cost anything. You're not going to be bombarded with stuff either. Um, any comments or topic suggestions, they're welcome too. So I hope till you join us again, which I hope is real soon. I hope you have a great day and watch out for pesky creatures trying to invade your home. Remember, one female can create about 300 new bugs for your shared home with them in their lifetime.
So long for now, folks.
Okay.